Hi there, and welcome to Steph's Tutorials. I am Steph the Video Guy, and we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to make time-lapse in Sony Vegas. I'm pretty sure that it's a similar thing to do in different software, but we're dealing with Vegas. We're going to use Sony Vegas 12, but I think that the same process works for 12 to 9, maybe even before 9. I've got version 9 here as well. Now, you might see this window open, and the reason I have this open is only because I'm not going to promote the Hero 3 by GoPro, but this is one of the types of cameras which will take time-lapse photographs. What basically it will do is it allows you to take a photograph once every second, once every 2 seconds, once every 5 seconds, once every 30 seconds, once every minute, I believe. Now, the way I like doing it is once every 2 seconds, but I believe that that's the case. So I've got a Hero HD, and that will allow me to take shots every 2 seconds. Now, I've used that in my business quite a few times, but I'm going to show you how to make a time lapse out of those photographs. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to open Sony Vegas 12. Now I'm using Windows 64 build 770, so that's the newest build. It's December 2013 as I'm doing this. Alright, so I'm opening it up. I'm going to open up a new file, and I'm not going to do interlaced because no sense. I'm going to do HD 720. It's my favorite. You know, most people will either do 720 or 1080, but I like 720 because it's got a native progressive setting instead of interlaced. I don't like interlacing, so I'm going to do that. Leave everything the way it is. Now, the way that you want to look at this, I'm going to identify exactly where the files are in here. I'm going to show you exactly what happens. Alright, so I'm going to do day 3 102. Okay, so now basically what I've got here is I set it up, and as you can see by our trimmer system, it's basically just people setting up this cancer radiation machine. Now, if I tried to, I could pull one of those images down onto the timeline, and here's what it would look like. This is that 720 image. Of course, it's not showing at 720 because I just don't have the real estate for this video. But the way that this works is that instead of accessing the files directly, what we want to do is we want to go into File, Import, and Media. Okay, so import media, and then we're going to find that folder again. We'll go into Cancer Center, Time-lapse, go into day 3 102, and we see that it's full of those JPEGs. This is from that GoPro camera. This is the way that it arranges them, and you notice that they are numerically sequenced. So 9392, 9393, and so it goes all the way up to 9999. GoPro will only do up to 10,000. So what I want to do is I want to select it. I want to select the first one in the series, if that's the first series that I want. In this case, it is. Now, what I want to do is I want to select this. It says Open Sequence. I want to open a sequence, and it's going to be from this to this. Okay? Now, if I hit that Open Sequence, it'll go Open. It'll ask me what type of footage I want this to be. It's going to create an event, and it's asking me what kind of thing I want it to be. It's showing right here what the files are. I could name the tape if I wanted to. Time code, there's no time code. Video 1, it's a JPEG, and these are the sizes of the JPEGs. Now, what I want is I want this file to match the project. Now I just did that 720p, so I set it to 2997, progressive scan, square aspect ratio, and no alpha channel. Okay, defaults here. I hit OK, and that'll put that into our project media right here. You see as I mouse over it, and then I'll drop it down onto a layer, and then I'm going to hit play, and you get to see it's a time lapse. Alrighty. Now, make sure that our properties are set properly. Yes, it's set itself. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that our properties are set to 720. Hit OK. Now I'm going to adjust the pan crop. I think it's hidden behind there. I'm going to adjust the pan crop. Now the pan crop will give us our shape. There we go. Now our shape is set completely to 720. And we can zoom way in. Now as you notice, it doesn't lose resolution the further we get in. And the reason it doesn't lose resolution is because the original footage was 2500 pixels wide. And remember, 2500 pixels wide, and our project is only 1280 pixels wide. So we can get right in there and not have degradation. That's the really nice part about this time-lapsing from photos. So I'll go like this, and you can see they're moving around, they're doing a couple of little things, they're chatting, moving around, moving around. And this is going a shot every 2 seconds. All right, so now that you've got this, you can adjust your pan crop, you can add effects just like any footage. So if you were to use, let's go Sony black and white, all right, and it changes it into black and white, or a variation. There you go. You can adjust it like any other event, crop it down. You can see the repeat mark right there. You can crop it down. You can speed it up. So you select the event. If you want to speed this up, you select the event, grab the back, hit Control, and it says time stretch. Go like this. All right, now it's about 3 times as fast. It doesn't really like you doing that. You can see all the ghosts. Now the reason that it's having a problem with that is because, remember, we're set. We already set what it was set to. See, we could have turned this right up, double NTSC, reduce the amount of ghosting that we've got. But we didn't do that. So what we'll do is I'm just going to undo that. So we have a nice clean image. We can also slow it down. I don't really tend to do this because there's really no point. If you're going to set it a time lapse, commonly you want to do it in camera. If this were a regular piece of footage, for instance, I could adjust it this way. If it were done in camera, why not just set it up properly in camera so it's a proper progressive signal, and there you go. So I can move this back out. You can see the curvature of the wall because this is that really wide lens, right? This is kind of the way that I gave it over to the client was kind of look like this. Maybe with a zoom. Remember, you can also animate your input. So it'll slowly go in. See, it's slowly creeping in on the image. Which is a nice way of doing it. You can also spin it while you do that too. So give her a neat little barrel look. You go like that. People will almost think that you've got a moving camera, which is quite handy without a big rig like a dynamic perception or something. It's a neat way to do little barrel rolls and zooms within your image. You can also, like moving upwards on the image, like a reveal. So you're revealing the image while you're doing your barrel roll. You can do all sorts of really complex things with these time lapses, but that's a great example of a quick little time lapse based on photographs in Sony Vegas. Let me know if there's some other type of time-lapsing you'd like to see. I've done all sorts of types, including footage time-lapsing and slow-mos. So let me know. I'm Steph the Video Guy. Thanks for checking in. Please subscribe.